Hello, and welcome to American Aaron Wargaming. This is a battle report from Modulorka, an Orky skirmish wargame published by Mr. Modulorka. My opponent and I started by randomly selecting a battlefield, primary and secondary mission, battlefield condition, and a secret event to be revealed at the end of turn 2. Like usual, we only chose amongst the battlefields supporting 30 points per side forces, as we wanted a shorter game. We ended up with the coffee table battlefield, so no special setup there. Our primary mission was grab to loot, so we'd need to lay out some victory points on the board to be collected. The secondary mission was kill to overboss, so each of our leaders was worth 3 victory points if they were taken out. The battlefield condition was acid rain, so at the end of the turn, units in one particular corner might take some extra damage. I built my force mostly out of models that I'd finally gotten painted, but not yet put on the table. The force was anchored by Kapn, a rock star with a pistol and a power claw, who was my leader. Then I had a sneaky lad with spec ops gear, a pistol, and a bludgeon. Trying out a new piece of equipment, I had a regular horde lad with a pistol and a mecha saw. Then, running out the team was our demolition specialist with a pistol, grenade, and landmine. My opponent's force was led by a hunta boss, I believe also with a power claw, though they weren't going strictly what you see is what you get. That lad with a machine gun was actually being counted as a horde lad with a minigun, who was accompanied by an ammo crate toting gob. There was another lad carrying a mega bludgeon, and with only 2 points left after that, a single gob closed out the roster. We set up the train, placed dilute tokens, and deployed our forces. I mostly hid my lads behind cover, because I didn't necessarily want to be taking shots from that minigun for no reason. The first few activations were some somewhat cagey advances, but eventually my mecha saw lad stepped up and took a pistol shot into the hunta boss and scored a lucky hit. He did take 2 damage back from the minigun, but fortunately one of those 2 shots missed, so he didn't get downed. I opted to have my sneaky lad simply move up and back, collecting victory points and staying in cover so he couldn't be targeted, since he began the game in the concealed state. Turn 2 was mine to start. My mecha saw lad rushed up and tried to slice up the hunta boss, hitting once for 2 damage. He then countered, but also missed, so my lad was able to dodge away. On the table next to us, another game of Modulorka was going on, with a battlefield condition which moved the edges of the board in 1 inch per turn, making positioning a bit trickier. The minigunner knocked 2 HP off my boss, but then my grenadier moved up and lobbed an explosive into that nice cluster of enemies. Unfortunately though, out of 4 targets, only the enemy boss took any damage. The mega bludgeon lad moved out and tried to take down the grenadier, but missed. Then my boss moved up for the kill on the enemy boss, but also missed. So turn 2 ended with lots of missed attacks on both sides. My sneaky lad continued sneaking around and collecting victory points. The special event to end the round was a gust of wind. Most of our models were pretty close to the middle anyways, but they ended up even cozier after that. The mega bludgeon lad had also lost 1 HP to the acid rain at the end of the turn as well. Starting off turn 3, the hunta boss failed to hit the Kapn, who also failed on his counterattack. For my turn, the mecha saw lad activated and landed a solid double hit on the minigunner, knocking him down, but not taking him out yet. The mega bludgeon lad missed again, and the grenadier successfully hit him back. The rest of turn 3 was short, but not so bloody. My opponent's cops started running around to collect victory points, just like how my spec ops guy was. At the end of turn 3, the acid rain kicked in and hit a lot of the lads. That's one of the downsides to getting all bunched up. I had the first activation of turn 4, and the mecha saw lad downed my opponent's leader, but with only 1 attack of the 2 landing, I needed another activation to take him out. After furious activations back and forth, my mecha saw lad was down, but the mega bludgeon guy and the opposing leader were out. This left my opponent with just the victory points earned by the gobs running around, which weren't enough to offset what my spec ops lad had grabbed, plus the 3 I earned from taking out the boss. So it was a definitive win for Kapn and his crew. On the other table, one of the players' leaders had hidden behind some terrain, not realizing that closing eye of the storm was going to take him off the table. Whoops. Either way, it was great to get another game of Modulorka in. This was actually coming after the 4 of us had played a round of Speed Freaks as well. It was a proper extravaganza. That's it for now, and don't forget, we's the best.